another great fight coming up in the middleweights. It's the ladies' turn. Now we're gonna have Sonya Dreiling, who's gonna be facing Miranda Barber. Miranda is a businesswoman, and I love the way she says, any opponent is just in the middle of me and my money. So I'm gonna like take care of that like it's nobody's business, for real. Sonya, on the other hand, she wants to be a role model. But this is an eliminator fight. The winner will take the opportunity to fight in London. How big is that?
That's huge. That's a great opportunity to be able to get with a company like BYB, go travel, see the world, and win big fights. So that's what she's wanting to do. But, you know, I tell you, Miranda Barber is a young lady who's got it all together. You know, she was with a different promotional company in mixed martial arts, didn't like the way she was treated, came over to bare knuckle, loves the way things are run here with BYB, and she actually wants to start her own amateur fighting team at some point. So this is a young lady that's got her future planned out. The question is, can she get by with a very, very tough Sonya Dreiling tonight? It's not going to be easy, I don't think.
Nope, nobody that gets into that trigon is easy. And Sonya has a great motivation. She's a mother. She wants to be a role model. She wants to show her kids that once you put your will, anything is possible. So tonight's the night. And the one that's waiting at this moment is Josette Cotton. She's waiting for her opponent to start getting ready for October 16th.
We saw how great Josette Cotton is, you know, when she stopped Knuckles. I mean, that just goes to show that is going to be, whoever wins this fight and gets matched up with her is going to be a dynamite fight.
So I can't wait. Barber, Dreiling, Goldie, what's up?
I'll tell you what, it's great stuff forthcoming. Next time we see you is in August, 2 titles on the line, and then the partnership with BKB in the UK brings the Trigon to London, England, Saturday, October 15th. More to come on that throughout the night. Our tale of the tape for this great battle, 31-year-old Dreiling, 3 years the elder of her opponent.
Yeah, and you know, slight age advantage for Miranda Barber, but at 31, Dreiling probably still has a lot left. You know, slight reach advantage for Barber, height advantage as well, and she's a pound heavier. Just a little bit slanted towards Barber. We'll see if Dreiling can make up the disadvantages.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 6th bout on the card is scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the women's middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Sonya Dreiling.
4-2 in her professional boxing career. Her last fight was against a very talented professional boxer in Aaron Tohill. Aaron boxed, and she utilized technique, and it frustrated Red Sonya. And tonight she says Miranda will be a lot more busy. I will tell you, 2 of her 4 victories as a professional boxer were by finishes in the first round. One at 21 seconds, the other at 1:21 of round number 1.
And you know, Mike, she was very frustrated in the fight against Tohill with that chest protector. She says, I had a very small area that I could hit because of the fact that, you know, that chest protector came down and I started hurting my hand hitting that. So now she says, you know, I'm doing away with all that. You know, let's just go ahead and, you know, we know what the outcome could possibly be here. So why make us wear chest protector? Let's just go.
She said fighting in close was not Aaron's idea of fun. Aaron told us after that fight live that she had put on a clinic. Nonetheless, Aaron was a great representative of this sport of boxing, and she was an American gladiator. Sonya tonight, though, feels like she is in against an opponent and is ready to bite down on the mouthpiece and throw.
And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner, please welcome to the Trigon, Miranda Barber.
She-Hulk. Born in the capital city, Lansing, Michigan, fighting out of Boca Raton at the American Combat Gym with Chainsaw Charles McCarthy as the man that she said helped her turn her life around. She says, fighting bare knuckle for me is going to take me to another level. Sometimes fighters forget that. People come out, they spend their well-earned money to watch us go to war, That's what she says we will see tonight.
Well, she feels that fighting is her destiny, especially
Yeah.
bare knuckle fighting, and therefore she said, you know, and she has a great outlook about it, saying it's a business, and now my opponent is between me and the money. So that's what she's going to try to go right through Dreiling here and pace herself, get the cotton and get that money, get that title, and start creating a legacy for herself.
I mean, she's Irish-Italian, Paulie. I mean, that's a fight in itself right there.
Yeah. She's fighting with herself every day. So she got to let it out and let somebody fight somebody else as well. That's why she's here.
You got that right. Barber and Dreiling, here's Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this women's middleweight bare knuckle bout is brought to you by Master Sound Productions. Let's meet the fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, she stands 5'4" and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 153 pounds. She holds a bare knuckle record of 0 wins, 1 loss, and she fights out of Albertville, Alabama, by way of Greeley, Colorado. Introducing Red Sonya Dreiling! And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She stands 5'6" inches tall, weighing in at 154 pounds. She holds an undefeated bare knuckle record of 1 win, 0 losses. And she fights out of Boca Raton, Florida, by way of Lansing, Michigan. Introducing Miranda She-Hulk Barber! Our referee in charge, Brandon Hughes.
Blue, red. Fighters, I want a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch hands and touch the corner.
Brandon Hughes set to get things started. He said we both usually fight taller fighters. This is a refreshing change. Here we go. Miranda Barber, Sonya Dreiling. Miranda Barber is in the red wraps, purple trunks. You see the purple? And then red Sonya in the black and mint trunks. And that is a takedown, push down, but not a knockdown.
In Conor McGregor's game, that's a knockdown.
Right hand.
And how about this?
In real life, it's a push down.
And how about this? Let's just add it in, Paulie. Sonya said some of her greatest influences include Conor McGregor, the notorious, of course.
And, you know, Miranda principally trains with guys. She says women are soft. I want to train with guys, and constantly finds herself training there.
Oh, that's a clash of heads there, man.
Actually, Miranda says Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor, too.
Oh, all right.
If Paulie leaves for a couple of minutes, we'll know why. So wait, so you trained with Conor one time? I've never heard this story.
It's been said.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to take charge here at center ring.
Irish-Italian. I didn't even think of that when I said that before, right? Yep. These women want to put on a show. These women are going dirty boxing 101 here, right now. Wow.
Yeah, it's all the work's being done on the inside. Even when they're on the outside, nobody's really taking charge until they get on the inside. And then there's a lot of wrestling and dirty boxing going on.
Both have boxed professionally. Limited experience, but both have been in mixed martial arts.
Yeah, right here is where somebody should be feinting or using those straight shots. Here, Barber attempted the jab.
Actually, Sonya, no MMA. A couple of amateur boxing matches. Miranda did fight 3 pro MMA bouts and 5 in the amateurs. Round 1 coming to a close. 5 2-minute rounds for our female combatants.
All the work really done on the inside. A lot of missing on the outside there, but a lot of jockeying for position on the inside and dirty boxing.
But you know, you got to score a fight, and I'm gonna go with Sonya for that first round. I just thought she did a little bit more and brought the fight. And, you know, I try to use the criteria of, you know, domination, destruction, and disruption, and I thought she did enough of the disruption in that to go ahead and give it to her.
Did you? Was it because of the knockdown?
No.
There's Chainsaw, Charles McCarthy. Here is the push down, knockdown, shut down. Well, not knockdown, but
yeah, we're just joking, guys. These aren't real knockdowns. And there's a little shove, and down went Miranda Barber.
I mean, a little punch landed before she went down.
But she went down. You know, the body-to-body contact brought her down. It's really what brings you down. It's not really about the shot landing, unless there's an obvious shot landing. That was mostly a push.
He's retelling the story right now.
I'm still giving it to Dreiling, no matter what you say.
Yeah, there you go.
You want to give it to Dreiling, all right?
All right, so Red Sonya on Benny's books is up 1-0. Both these women are definitely here to fight. We knew this was going to be a great matchup, and what an opportunity for them to represent. The victor will cross the pond and represent BYB in the UK.
Sonya's showing great base of power. I mean, when she gets it, she gets just underneath that, is able to control Barber there from the inside.
And Barber's turning southpaw now, looking for an answer on the outside.
And let's remember, Josie Cotton, when she fought in the Trigon, she beat Erin Tohill.
It seems like Dreiling's getting into a good rhythm here.
Yeah, she's throwing combinations. I mean, they're very natural.
Red Sonya, 4 ringside world titles, 2015 National Women's Golden Glove champion, 3 National Junior Olympic titles. She-Hulk has some amateur titles in kickboxing and in MMA.
And you know, that's one of the things Dreiling said about Barber. She better have great cardio, because I am going to bring it, and I'm going to bring it for the entire fight. So we're going to test their physical condition for this fight.
And Sonya, also, this is a different weight class than what she fought Erin Tohill in super middleweight instead of middleweight.
Somebody just lost their mouth guard.
Yeah, it was a good shot landed by Barber. I thought Dreiling got the better of the exchange. Oh, now Barber's getting the better of this exchange, and I don't know if it's Dreiling without the mouth guard.
This is a She-Hulk
now Barber's looking for a little break after that exchange.
Final seconds of the round. These women are here to fight.
I don't think the referee saw that she lost her mouth guard.
Yeah, because he even
don't think Sonya cared.
Kicked it on accident then, too.
Sonya Dreiling said this fight is in a weight class I have dominated for years. Much to your point on the cardio side, Benny, she uses altitude masks to really push herself during training.
Yeah, and she says she does a little bit of research of where she's going to go ahead and fight, and where she's at as far as the the physical part of it there with the altitude.
Some of the replays of Dreiling was getting the exchange there. Hard to see who's doing the cleaner work there, though Dreiling landed a good counter on the inside there. And there's some sharp shots by Barber, too. Very rugged fight.
They called him Captain Miserable on season 4 of The Ultimate Fighter, but Charles McCarthy just got caught in a reality show in a grumpy mood. Chainsaw's a great guy.
I'm going to give that one to Barber.
All right.
Is that her trainer, McCarthy?
Yep.
He looks like Nick Lachey from 98 Degrees.
Yes, he does. Yep.
I dated myself there because I don't think new kids would know. Young.
Round 3 of 5 2-minute rounds.
You know, when Sonya's throwing that jab there, Paul, she's almost like she's aiming for the left hand of Barber, not for the face. Look, see that?
Yeah, I think maybe, and if you're doing that, I'd say, okay, you want to double it up because you're looking maybe for the to feint her out and put her hand out of position by making her parry the first one, so you can come back with the second one. But she's not coming back with a double jab there.
It seems to me that Charles McCarthy may have told Miranda Barber between rounds, let's box a little bit now. I know you want to brawl. I know you're great at it, but let's box, because she's much more patient and she's fighting at distance, looking to set some things up.
Yeah, and he seemed very calm when he was explaining that to her.
Yes.
Yeah, and she can get her a little bit of a break, kind of reoxygenate if she stays on the outside, because Dreiling, she lands some good shots, but she doesn't really have a great ability to close the gap either. Neither of these girls really do. They kind of smother themselves and wind up in a dirty boxing thing. So if you stay on the outside, you probably can catch your breath a little bit and sort of re-up yourself in terms of energy.
Yeah, you keep waiting for one of them to walk down their opponent, and it's just not happening.
Yeah, well, they're not able. Even if there's any walking down, but there's not really an ability to close the gap with punches. You know, you kind of wind up one on top of each other, like right there, and now they're going to dirty box. Nobody's able to land a really clean shot from the outside.
Final 10 seconds of round number 3, fought at a completely different pace. Little flurry at the end by Red Sonya.
Done. Give me the mouthpiece. Shake her arm, please. She slowed down a lot. Shake this arm out, please. Hey, shake that arm out. She slowed down a lot. Okay, you got timing figured out. Now you see her right hand's coming every time and you're slipping it beautiful. Now I want you to touch, step out, let her miss that right hand and make her pay for that shit, okay? Put that right hand straight up the middle, but don't fall with your right hand. Just touch her with it and then step out again. Let her get wild again, then touch her again. Straight punches are there, Miranda. Every time you touch her clean, I want you out of there, okay? Try to clean it up before straighter punches. Come on, stand up. 2 all day. Okay. You got 4 minutes. Bro.
Clean it up and straighter punches.
I think it's simple to the point, but yeah, but I think it's the right advice. You know, a lot of these shots are wide by both of these girls, and they're coming up short on the outside. He throws some straight punches, even straight combinations like a 1-2-1. I think will work really well for either of these girls.
Round 4.
Now Sonya finally switched into a southpaw now too.
Yeah, for a quick second she did. One thing Miranda probably has to work on is countering when she's stepping back. It's a lot of your turn, my turn with Miranda Barber on the outside. And when she's making you miss, she's not making you pay.
And the best way to do that is move laterally so you can get that angle.
That was a good lead by Sonya Dreiling a moment ago.
Yeah, good right hand and knocked the mouthpiece out of. Good right hand by Barber, knocked the mouthpiece out of Dreiling's mouth, I think.
Sonya got to put that
I'll
back.
tell you, that's a good
She's
sport.
got to put it back in the hot water and mold it again.
Nah, she probably doesn't want to waste time. But I tell you what, good sport by Miranda Barber. She pointed to it.
Now, Paulie.
Well, she knew the referee wasn't going to find it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, as the opponent, you don't have to do that. Miranda step back and say, "Yo, pick up your mouthpiece."
Yep. And it's not like we get many lulls in the action inside the Trigon.
And especially women's at 2-minute rounds, so it's action-packed.
Yep. Switching the stance back and forth, Miranda Barber as well. She's very spiritual. She talks about the spiritually, mentally, and physically. She loves the fight game. She loves combat. She really, like Claudia said, wants to make a name for herself and make herself a household name and be a businesswoman at the same time. And if you can sell your own product and your own product is you, go for it.
Yeah, that's why she calls it Team Barber.
Yep, that's exactly right.
More lulls in this round. But I gotta be honest, I don't think she listened to the corner in terms of throwing straight shots. She threw it, the same jab she was throwing before, but that was about it.
And that's not like back in the days when Benny was in the NFL, Paulie, where they had a team Barber. And Benny said, "Nah, I'm good. I don't need it."
Leave it out enough. I'd rather be tired up if I can do it. She's scared. Okay? You gotta touch her and move. That's what she's afraid of. You ready to get that shot? Her best one, she take it. So she knows she can't get you out of here. All right.
2 minutes remain. Very close fight. Scorecards are going to be very interesting if we go another 1 minute and 50 seconds.
And you know, that's the beauty of the combat sport. It's subjective. You got 3 judges with different angles where they're able to see those shots. We only got 1 angle.
Yep. Yeah, this is a competitive fight. Sharp jab by Barber. That's been a decent shot for her.
So you look for the 1-3 there.
And that was the instruction from the corner. Just keep it clean and clean it up and then come right down the pipe.
There's calling for that 1-3 again. That's Charles McCarthy. Let's see if Miranda looks for it.
And you know, now Miranda's doing what you said to do, Paulie, and that is to double up on that jab.
Yeah, yeah, and really, you don't get any counter shots from Dreiling either. When both of these girls are moving back, they're not really punching that much. Sometimes you'll see an exchange where both girls are throwing, but when they kind of go in full defense mode when they back up. Neither has a sharp counter punching ability. It's probably something they could both work on.
Sonya landed a bit of a body shot about 30 seconds ago. Good head movement and avoidance.
And you know, there's a lot to be said about punching angles. You know, and that's one thing. You haven't seen these girls throw that uppercut, and the uppercut can be there, especially when they drop their heads. And those are the kind of things they got to have to work on so they can have that variety in shots and throw that shot that's hard to see.
And Benny, we talk about the space for the uppercut in MMA with those small gloves. Now you've got no gloves. Got even a little bit more space to do damage.
Good shot by Dreiling. That's probably the best shot of the night by either girl.
Right on cue. They're gonna go dirty boxing inside in the final seconds of this fight. Great job by Miranda Barber and Sonya Dreiling. Who will advance? Who will cross the pond? Who will reign supreme?
Well, you talk about spirit and heart. These 2 girls exemplify that, and I tell you what, I'm standing up and saluting both of them. That was a heck of an effort. I mean, obviously, there's some things they can still work on and stuff like that, but the determination, that willingness is there.
Yeah, absolutely. And both really never gave in to the final bell. You know, both were trying to win the whole time with what they brought to the table. Very competitive fight.
As close as it was, maybe that best punch of the fight could be the difference, guys.
Yeah, and that was that Dreiling right hand there at the last 20 seconds of the fight right there. That was a good shot.
Right on the nose.
And you saw, ironically, Barber was looking for an uppercut. You see her kind of looking for the uppercut, and she gets hit with the right hand over the top. And you had just been mentioning about the uppercut, but not from the outside.
Not from the outside. Well, you mentioned that in MMA, the distance to throw the uppercut from.
That's exactly right. Team Barber. And we got some real push-ups happening here for Red Sonya.
And you can tell she's extremely fit.
Yes.
Because, I mean, she never slowed down. And like she said, she's now at the weight that she's dominated in before. So, therefore, her conditioning is right there where it needs to be.
Absolutely. They go the distance. Full 10 minutes.
Hell yeah.
Judges are rendering their decision.
Boy, they're using your app right now, Mike, to go ahead and tabulate this.
Actually, if they use my app, we'd be good. When you use it, Benny, make sure you check the box that says include the final day. Calculate that final day as well, or it'll be off a day. They were still goofing around.
They are. They're having a great
6.
time. I mean, this is what it's all about. Respect for each other, but then when it's over, let's do it.
So as we await the decision of this great fight that has gone the distance, we tell you about the next few times we will see you. And oh man, do we have a great card from Trump National. Not 1, but 2 titles are on the line. Jose the Goat Fernandez looks to defend his super middleweight world championship against the caveman Sam Liera. And BYB will crown its first middleweight king as Desmond the Predator Green faces off with Gabriel, Soldier of God Fryer. Tickets go on sale for BYB 11 tomorrow. Then we go across to the O2, and in November we are back in Tampa. The decision is in, and here is Big Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 full rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judge number 1 scores about 48-47, Barber. Judge 2 scores it 45-50, Dreiling. And judge number 3 scores about 49-46, declaring your winner by split decision, Miranda She-Hulk Barber.
Split decision victory for Miranda Barber. What a fight. Both women deserve a lot of love. Big Mo will talk to the victor, Miranda She-Hulk Barber. Winner by split decision over Sonya Dreiling.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by our victor, Miranda Barber. Miranda, you are a fighter's fighter. You love to fight, so I'll start with an easy one. How does it feel?
Hey, there's not a lot of people to do this, but I'm definitely one. And Sonya's a tough opponent. You know, I came in here not expecting to blow her over. I respected her. She's a boxer. She brought the heat. She's also fearless. So thank you, Sonya, for sharing the trigon with me. I have nothing bad to say about the girl. I need girls like that, because if it wasn't for my opponents, what would we be doing? We are nothing without our opponents. So to have an ego and act like you're better than anybody is just bullshit. So thank you, Sonya. You're a champion, and this is what we do. And that's the type of female that I want to have in the octagon or ring with me, trigon, wherever y'all put me. And it's a pleasure.
Now, you said not a lot of people can do this, but you are one. Well, now you're the #1 contender, supposedly to fight Josette. Usually I ask what's next, but it sounds like a title shot may be next.
Pay me. Title shot, hey. Doing it, hey. If it's at Miami, MIA, we'll bring it right to the 305. Come to my house, baby. The queen of BYB is right here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for the females, and we're going to bring this sport up. And we're just getting started, Big Mo. We're just getting started.
You did my job for me, ladies and gentlemen. One more time for your winner, Miranda She-Hulk Barber.
Not going to be in Miami, but she can get a non-stop to London from Miami, and maybe she does want to be paid in British pounds. And there is our good friend from the Bare Knuckle Boxing Hall of Fame, Scott Burke. And it's a Police Gazette medal.
And that medal has the flower of Mississippi, the magnolia, on it, and they put it right on the inside of there, and it's given to each of them. You see the flower, there you see the magnolia.
Nice.
So that's a nice little memento that they can carry from this fight. Scott doing a great job with his Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame, and of course we got 3 of our guys, Dada 5000, Mike Vasquez, and Mal Valenzuela are going to be inducted into the Bare Knuckle Hall of Fame.
Outstanding achievement and well-deserved for those 3. We got the Hall of Famer Bob Alexander and the Hall of Famer to be, back to Claudia Trejos.
We're obviously with Hall of Famer Bob Alexander. And let me tell you something, guys. Kudos to these ladies. They brought it on. We had a great show. It was a very well-matched fight. And it was all the way to the break, to the last bell. We really didn't know who was going to take that win.
Well, Paulie was talking about the angles that the judges have around ringside, and that just goes to show you, look at the scorecard, what a variance in scores. One judge had it a shutout, basically, for Dreiling.
Yes.
The other 2 judges had it 1 and 2 points apiece for Barber. So, you know, that was a fight that could have gone either way. It was well matched. Both ladies had their moments. I thought that Barber was a little more relaxed in there. I thought Dreiling was a little more intense, a little more stick to her game plan. And again, that fight could have gone either way. Congratulations to Barber. She takes the win, and now she gets to face the tough Josette.
Yes, in the UK. And of course, that one punch in the 4th round, that was amazing. So too bad it takes a little bit more than just one punch, but she did a great job. And both ladies with a lot of respect for each other's skills. And that's what makes this sport that much more exciting.